Hi guys, this is Dr. Cozart. Thank you so much for your patience with me. I know this has kind of been a slow start this semester, but really appreciate you hanging in there and giving me a couple days to get everything together. But now that the syllabus is set, I wanted to take a few minutes and just kind of go over that with you. So I have a copy printed out right here that I'm going to be looking at, and so maybe you want to pull it up in a different window or print out a copy yourself to look at kind of as we talk through it. So as I mentioned, my name is Dr. Cozart, and I'm giving you my phone number, my email, my office info. My email, that's probably the best way to get in touch with me, using UGA email, not the email that's in ELC New. And as I mentioned later, I would expect me to respond to you within about 24 hours during the week and 48 hours on the weekend. And then in terms of office hours for you guys, I will have an hour every week from 2 to 3 on Thursday afternoons. And at that time, if you have something that's pressing and you want to send me an email, I will do immediate response emailing on Thursday afternoons. So hopefully that'll be helpful for some of you guys. Or if you need a call and want to talk to me in person, that's a good time to do it. Now, the supplies that we need for this course, in terms of resources and what you need for this class, the textbook that we'll be using is Multicultural Education in a Pluralistic Society, and you can get that either at the UGA bookstore if you're here in town, or you can order it on Amazon. I know Amazon may have some better prices on that. There'll be some other readings. Those will all be on ELC for you, and so be aware of that and make sure you keep up with that. You are going to need a Temple Grandin DVD, so you're going to need access to watch this film. It has been available on Netflix in the past. I'm not sure that it's up right now, but you never know if it'll be back on there by the time you need it. And you can also purchase a used copy of this DVD through Amazon, rent it through Amazon or iTunes. So those are all good options for you to be able to see that. You definitely need to have access to ELC New, so make sure you've got a good computer and reliable internet so you'll be able to access everything and stay ready for our classes, up to date with class stuff. And then you'll also need access to UGA's library, the UGA Library's Films on Demand. And I have instructions for you on how to do that, and we'll be watching 2, maybe 3 different films through that over the course of the semester. In terms of what I really hope you take away from this course, our learning objectives, is I hope that as you prepare to become a teacher, that you're getting ready to know about different groups' experiences, and that at the end of this course, you'll have a better understanding of that, and will inevitably be a better teacher because you've been exposed to a little bit more aspects of difference than maybe what you have in your own personal background. If you have any kind of disability issue or need special accommodations, please let me know as soon as possible, and we'll make sure you get taken care of in the course. In terms of the assignments and what I'm asking you guys to do, the first big thing is field experience. And field experience is required for this course. It's 10 hours of volunteer work that you do at a school or community organization. So in the field experience packet, you will find a list of pre-approved placements. I strongly suggest that you contact one of the groups there to do your placement if you are in the Athens area. If you're not in the Athens area, then you will be responsible for securing your own placement. If it is not in the packet, you need to contact me and let me know where you plan on doing your hours. You guys will have a confirmation form that you will submit online, and that'll be due in a month. So your confirmation of field experience is actually a form you will fill out online, and I'll make sure you have that link. So on February 11th, you can fill that out and submit it. Now, just a few examples of placements that would be inappropriate. Something if you are tutoring a family member, any of your sorority or fraternity brothers, that would not be okay. It really needs to be in a community or school program. So if you have questions about the field experience, please let me know. I cannot give you a grade in this course unless you complete it. So if you do all the work and everything else, you would still end up with an incomplete if you don't do this part. So it's really important that it gets done. The second thing that I'm asking you to do this semester is a journal project. So we have 7 modules, 8 if you count the course conclusions, and there are 8 different journals, so 1 for each module and 1 for course conclusions. Now, of the 8 journal topics, I'm only going to ask you to do 4. So you can select the 4 that you like best, or the first 4, however you want to do it, to complete. And if you don't like your grade on one of those, you can always do another one. At the end of the day, the way it'll work is I will drop your 4 lowest journal grades. So this is a really good place for you to reflect and do some personal writing, interacting with our topics that only I will see. The next one, things on your syllabus, your midterm exam and final exam, and I think that's pretty straightforward. Your final will not be cumulative, but the biggest thing to keep in mind with these is that the dates that I have set on the syllabus are set. So I've given you between 8 o'clock a.m. and 11 o'clock p.m. You may log in anytime on those specific dates to take your exams, but you will only have 1 hour from when you start it. So just know whenever you go to do it, make sure you're somewhere private where you're not going to be interrupted, and where you've got a really good internet connection during those times. So your midterm is on March 7th, and then your final exam will be on May 1st. So if you have specific questions about those, I'll be giving you kind of more information and a review guide, and you also will have a discussion forum if you have any questions about that coming up. And then you also have quizzes that go along with each module, and so I suggest that you let the quiz be the last thing you do with each module, because then you will have had exposure to all of the different ideas and readings that have been presented there. So even if you're in a hurry, I would not take the quiz until you've gone all the way through the material for that module. There are 7 quizzes, 1 to go with each module, and I will drop your 2 lowest grades. So if you don't do as well on the first one as you hoped, anything like that, you've got a little buffer in there to improve over the course of this semester. The quizzes are short, they're 4 questions, and so they directly relate to your readings and to the content presented in that module. The last thing you'll do is a discussion board portfolio. Because we don't meet and I don't get to see you, the only real way I get to know you is through your discussion board posts and seeing kind of what you write, how you respond to your peers. And so for each module, there are between 2 and 3 discussion boards where you need to go in and post. And so I've given you a prompt there, and you go read it, and then you write a reply. It doesn't have to be too long. I would think the equivalent of maybe a page. You write your reply, and then you are responsible for posting a response to the person who posted below you. So the person who made a post right before you did, or the person and the person who posted right after you. So you're responsible for your own post plus 2 comments for each discussion board. And at the end, I'm going to have one big project sheet for you about the discussion boards. And so you're actually going to pull out your responses that you thought were the best and compile those into a portfolio and do a little reflection writing, and I will be grading that. Now, I will be reading the discussion board posts each day. Certainly every 2 or 3 days if I don't log in every single day. And I'll try to reply and post and stay involved in the discussion that's happening there. So this is a really good way to get involved in the class. You do want to make sure you communicate with your peers, and I have deadlines and the checklist for each module to help you know when these are going to close. So in order to get all the credit, have all of the responses that you're going to need for your portfolio, you need to make sure you stay on top of that, and that you get your posting done each week. All right, I've given you the grading scale and a few different places where you can go for extra assistance. In terms of what I expect from you this semester and logging in, I don't have any due dates on Saturday and Sunday, so most of the due dates are going to be Friday evening. That's to try to help you not have to do too much work on the weekends. So you can certainly jump in and work ahead on the weekends, but I don't want you scrambling and feeling really stressed on the weekends trying to get work done. And so it's set up that way. But I would suggest that you log into the class every day, every other day, for sure. And if I notice that you have not turned in 3 assignments and you have not logged into the class for over a week, you will get an email from me, and we may need to talk about if this class was the right thing for you, and look at withdrawal options at that point. So make sure you log in regularly and participate and submit your assignments. We want to be respectful. I've given you a few netiquette guidelines in the syllabus, and there's a welcome quiz for you guys to take as we get started. And the welcome quiz is going to give you some examples of proper netiquette, kind of what I'm looking for in your discussion posts as they happen. Be academically honest. Please don't plagiarize your exams. I am not requiring that you use outside software this time. Over the summer when I taught this online, students had to pay $20 for the midterm and then another $20 for the final to have the exam proctored. I didn't feel like it went well, and I felt like that was a lot of money for you to spend. So I am just going to trust you guys that when I tell you the exam is closed book, that you don't use your book or your notes as you're taking it. And I've also put a time limit on the exams so that you will kind of know, like, hey, I haven't given you enough time to be able to look up every single answer. So we are going to be academically honest. If I suspect cheating, I absolutely will report that and follow UGA's guidelines on it. So and then sort of lastly, I've given you a general calendar so you can kind of see where we're going. In each module, there's a checklist that gives you the specific overview and due dates for that module, or what I'm looking for. I suggest that you really use that checklist to help guide you through the course. As I mentioned, if you need to meet with me, you can, but a lot of this is really up to you and how much time you can put in and how much you can kind of own the different assignments and different activities to make sure they get done. So I hope this is going to be a good semester for us. I really look forward to getting to know each of you, and as always, if you need anything, please email me or we can set up a time for a call. But good luck as you get started, and hopefully we'll have a great semester. Thanks.